Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Just the Tips, my Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous Tips and Guides series. Today we are going to be visiting the ruins of Ashbury Hamlet and taking on the ancient Sarkorian ghost. Now this thing is an absolute monster. There's really no other way to put it. It annihilated my party. But there are some things that you can do that make this fight pretty much, well, trivial if you set it up correctly. So I'm going to walk you through that right now. So the first thing about this fight is the ghost is not alone. He has three buddies here that cast level drain. All right, on hit, most undead, right, they level drain the hell out of you if you let them hit you. You can counteract that with Death Ward, so definitely cast Death Ward on your tank. My recommendation is you just keep your whole party out of combat, because the issue here is they will switch onto your other party members eventually. So if the fight takes too long, if you take too long to kill the three of them, even if your tank is Death Warded and able to tank them, they'll get bored of him and then just run on to everyone else and kill them. So you can see how I killed them there. I basically had everyone just spamming summons in the background and had my main tank just tanking them with Death Ward until they died. And then right before they go down, my recommendation is that you reserve some summons for right before they go down. Drop those summons and then run your main tank away, run the rest of your party away. You can see where I ran my main tank to. Razor Fiend, he ran to the top of the house, got into stealth, and dropped aggro. And that way you can then actually start the real strategy here. Now, the only requirement for this strategy to work is that he casts this blue blade effect on the ground, blade barrier. Beyond that, there's really nothing else. So that blade barrier can damage the ghosts that his friends, and it can also damage him, as you can see here, right? It's doing 112 damage a tick, and it ticks periodically. He doesn't have to move to take the damage. He just has to be standing in it for every turn he takes about 100 damage. So beyond that, there really is no requirement, but you do need him to cast that, and it persists. It lasts for a long time, so don't worry about it expiring or anything. So in addition to the blade barrier, the other thing that he casts that's really annoying is this. Well, obviously destruction is a bit of a problem. It does a huge amount of damage, but he doesn't always cast that. The real problem is Rift of Ruin. Just look at what it does. It's basically a create hit spell on steroids. The saving throw is like a 39, so you're very unlikely to succeed unless you roll a nat 20, and it kills you. You can't get out of it. You're stuck in there. There's no way out. So you definitely want to avoid that. What you want to do is you want to bait it out, have him cast it before. So if you have a dog, he'll cast it on that. He typically doesn't cast it on summon for some reason. I don't know why. He rarely does. So you can see here's my strategy, right? Using good old Doggo. Yeah, Doggo died to blade barrier, but he still cast Rift of Ruin on it just to ensure that the poor dog was dead. And then once the rift is down, now you bring your tank in, and yeah, then now's the fun part. Now you're going to be baiting our good friend here into the blade barrier. Now I made a crucial mistake here, which actually cost me a lot of time. I stepped into the Rift of Ruin and died. So that was a bit of a double-edged sword, because it meant that he just stood in the blade barrier, didn't come towards me, didn't try to damage me or anything, but it also meant that now I had to get out of the rift, which took me a long time. So definitely avoid that. It's better if you have mythic feats that prevent you from going down, such as Last Stand, which allow you to just stand in the blade barrier alongside him. It's basically a war of attrition. He'll go down before you go down, and then you win. And then just run out of it, and you get a good amount of XP, almost 3,500 XP for a single kill, and a nice two-handed sword. That's basically it for this place. These are my attempts to get Razor Fiend out of the Rift of Ruin. It took a lot of work, and it ended up being a nat 20 saving throw that got him out. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to drop a like or a sub, and I will see you in the next one.